Namaste Zil, it's the Spiritual Daywalker, hashtag Schrodinger's cards, with your tarot card reading for the next full moon phase from 14th of June until 29th of June. This will be a full moon, strawberry full moon in Sagittarius. So Gemini, this is going to be interesting. You've been getting a little more decisive in the past, as I remember, right? And this Sagittarius is probably giving you the push and the strength to explore that further, right? With the new decisiveness, you can now go out into the world and like manifest what you actually want to manifest and explore what you want to explore, right? Things you always wanted to do but never actually did because you were indecisive about stuff and how to go for it and yada yada yada. You probably have that energy now. So it's very, very interesting. Need some more shuffle. I pre-shuffled, but then again, if my gut feeling says it needs more, right? That being said, it's a general reading. If the message resonates with you, drop a comment. If it doesn't, drop the message. Like and subscribe to the channel, helps out a ton. Also, I don't do love readings. If love comes up in this reading, that is on you because you're attracting it. I don't want you to attract anything in your reality just because I say so, because life is a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You are creating this hologram, hence the name Schrodinger's cards. So if love comes up, that's on you. That's because you're in the middle of clearing some energies around it. It doesn't have to be a person, though. It can be you confronting yourself in other ways or through many persons, yada 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 yada. So let's get right into it, see what comes up for you, Gemini. You're coming from an energy of the Magician in reverse. Seems like you have been manifesting, but not exactly what you want, or you wanted to manifest and it hasn't exactly been working out like that. We'll see why. You are in the energy of a Nine of Swords in reverse. Well, you are too much in your head about it. That's kind of, well, either it's not clear what you want, or it's not like you are so much in your head about doing it right that you're actually not doing it right, which is like kind of counterintuitive, but makes sense, right? Because the place you're manifesting from is not your head exactly. You need your head to map it out, right? So you create a vision, you visualize it, but then you feel into it, and the feeling you get is the one projecting it as you mapped it out, right? So the force that is making it come to be is always linked to your emotionality, is always how you feel about stuff. That's why being in your head with that Nine of Swords is like, it's not really working, right? It hasn't been working in the past. Like, wow, why is it delayed? Like, I know how this works. I know about the law of attraction and all that stuff. Why isn't it not working? Like, because that Nine of Swords is in reverse. But the good thing that it's in reverse right now, because you're finally realizing you don't need this self-doubt right there, right? Well, the swords, I mean, it is being in your head. It's being so much in your head about stuff, right? It's actually blinding your third eye. And that's why you're projecting more into reality that is trying to make you see that thinking gets you only so far, right? And you're trying to manifest from a deeper plane of existence than just your conscious mind, right? You're moving into a Two of Swords in reverse. So yeah, you're going to realize what coping mechanisms kind of held you back, right? Because the Two of Swords is like, it's shielding your heart, something that yeah, that's why I always say it's coping mechanisms. It's usually that blind girl with the two swords in front of her chest, right? And that's oftentimes associated with trusting your intuition, but actually being a little blindsided towards your intuition because you're stuck in your head about being defensive. And being defensive is not exactly the most enlightened state of being, right? So if you're moving out of this, like, struggling with it, yada, 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 but you are in that Nine of Swords in reverse right now. So moving into a Two of Swords in reverse basically means you've realized it and you're letting go of some mindsets that were maybe serving you well in the past, but now that you came across some knowledge about how to manifest, how to be that magician, right? How to like project something from a more effortless state of mind or state of being, right? It's like how to project something effortlessly into your reality, right? You're trying to attract, so stop chasing, right? But that Two of Swords is some mindsets around how you were manifesting in the past, which was more of more chasing, more trying to actively build something and not just inviting it into your life. But to invite it into your life, you have to stop shielding yourself. See? So the overall energy for the reading is, where are you going with this? Is the King of Wands in reverse? Well, interesting that it's in reverse. Well, it doesn't matter so much that it's in reverse as an overall energy, because, well, this entire process is you dealing with that energy. So it makes sense that it's in reverse. It's like you struggling with trying to be the magician, trying to be that King of Wands. So it's very much the same sort of energy, right? You want to be that King of Wands that is very passionate and sure-footed and just goes for what he wants, whatever, right? And maybe that is also a part of that Two of Swords, meaning that you've always been a chaser because that was how you got shit done. And now you're learning you don't have to chase so much, right? You can just invite it into your life and it's going to come. And that's when you really step into that King of Wands energy of not just having an idea and that like a gut feeling and going for it and grabbing onto everything, but really going with the impulse, knowing, wholeheartedly feeling that it's going to work out, and that you have to do the work, but you don't have to like overperform or whatever, right? You just know. You're just very steady in the way you express. That could be exactly it. So this is what you're learning from all of this right now. Let's see in the clarifications if we can get a little more depth. Six of Swords is clarifying the Magician in the past. Right now is the Six of Swords, the Death card, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, well, something needs to go, or needed, right? So Six of Swords is moving on in your head with your mindsets, changing your mindset, moving to a different place. So it's like coming across an idea like the law of attraction and then realizing, oh shit, I can do shit differently, right? But moving into that new mindset, that's like a new reality you're moving into, right? So certain things have to be let go of, right? For example, some Knight of Wands energy, right? Knight of Wands being that guy that's like, yeah, I got it all in control. I got it all under control. I'm just going for shit. I'm just doing it. Those are the guys that are like always telling you to just do it. And you in your mind like being all dualistic about it, like, yeah, but see both sides and yada yada yada, and you're hitting your head about stuff, and they're the guys just like, yeah, just do it. Yeah and no, right? If you want to just do it as you have decided with that Six of Swords, that is moving on to calmer shores, it's like you really want to be in that magician mode. But therefore, some things that are from the old narrative have to go, right? So you cannot be in control all the time. You set an intention And then the universe will do its thing, and something like the death card comes up, where it's just talking about transition and letting things go that no longer serve you, right? Makes total sense to me. The Nine of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Four of Cups, by the Fool in reverse, and by the Hierophant. Yeah, it seems like you're in a different reality now. You've switched realities, and you don't realize how big of a change that is, right? Some people will just render incompatible with what you do right now and how you want to go about life, live your life, right? Because there has been some discontentment with this Four of Cups, and it's crossed by the Fool in reverse, meaning that it is a total new beginning. It's not just, okay, we make some changes, yada yada, but it's really you're switching into a different reality, into another plane of existence, so to speak, right? There is that guidance from above or like within with that Hierophant. The Hierophant is your morals changing, you being guided into a different way of being. Like your worldview is changing, right? And it's changing in a very pivotal way because that Fool is there. The Fool is like it's the beginning of the tarot, right? It is opening up an entire new chapter of your life, right? And the Hierophant with this Four of Cups is, and also that guy is looking down onto two disciples right here, and you can almost see him crying a little that he cannot help those guys, or he has to tell them some harsh truth. And that could be you. It's like, especially with people, man, if you're waking up to all of this, right, to all of this magic being real, right? Like if you just recently saw whatever, Thrive or Zeitgeist or whatever, right, or just came across some quantum physics experiments, and you realize, shit is real. Wow. And then everything flips around you. That also means that some people you really love and that really love you, they're not going to come. They're not going to come into this new reality with you. Not all of them. Some might be, and you're going to realize who is sharing the information with you and who doesn't want to listen, doesn't want to hear it. Don't fucking push them. Do not push them, right? It is you deciding to live a different life. That doesn't mean you have to get everyone on board with it, right? Your life is going to shift. Let it shift. It's perfect like that. Well, there's a lot of thoughts surrounding that, right? And your inner world rearranging. You have to really wrap your head around this, like literally. That's the energy you're in right now. It's things shifting, something within you shifting. You feel guided, spiritually guided even, onto another path. And it seems like you had to let some people go in the past, or some energies, let's say. But if this is truly about you, like going into a different world, maybe the spiritual, I know that story, right? Suddenly you're all spiritual, and people are like, what the fuck is wrong with him or her? And then you're gonna see who's with you or not. And more often than not, people are actually respecting your choice and feeling crazy intimidated by your choice of being living a different worldview. And that intimidation, it can either it stresses the ego out, or they're big enough to see that and appreciate it even without coming with you on the journey. So I feel like that death card is speaking a lot to leaving shit behind that is not compatible with your new beginning right now, right? So Two of Swords in reverse in your near future is clarified by the Page of Wands in reverse, crossed by a moon, and Two of Coins in reverse. The Page of Wands and the Two of Coins in reverse are kind of representing that magician in reverse, right? So you're learning how to manifest, how to go about this new mindset right here. But therefore, you have to take a look at the unseen, right? So it's not only that things around you have to be addressed or and let pass, right? Because the death, the Fool, and the Moon are all in one line. It's all the crossing energies. Like, the crossing energies are cool because these are the energies that get you there, right? They're crossing the energies you're in to make you learn that lesson of the top card. So that Moon is representing you having to go deep inside you and realize what are the mindsets, the coping mechanisms that hold me back, right? And some of them, yeah, well, it's what you're actually passionate about, maybe what you're not passionate about anymore. Because the Page of Wands is in reverse. It's like, actually, I always liked that, but somehow it's not cutting it for me anymore, right? And the Two of Coins, it's like, yeah, it's like things you... The coins is an earth energy. It's about stability, right? And the two, well, it's basically a beginning and balance and duality, right? But it's on its head, so it's something... Some things in your day-to-day life that you've always been doing like this and like never looked back at why you're doing it like this. And now you suddenly realize, yeah, well, maybe I can do it differently. Why do I do it like this? Do I have a reason for it? Maybe I just let it slide, right? Maybe I just like, or some minor things that you're just mixing up in your reality, right? Something like your things in your household, whatever. Like, you've always been cleaning on Sundays, and now you want to use your Sunday for a different thing, and then clean someone else. Yeah, then clean someone else. Fair enough, right? Going with the flow means breaking some routines a little, right? And like establishing new ones, maybe, whatever. But it seems like you will be, after you realize you realized that your reality around you has shifted and has to shift, you're now very much in your head about this new beginning, realizing more and more how big of a change that truly is, right? And what that means for your life in the future. And then you move into that energy of realizing, oh, it goes even deeper. There is still something to address within me that goes like, that is coming from way in the past. Because that Moon card, it talks about trauma, right? It talks about like things deeply rooted in the subconscious, right? So you're struggling or rethinking that Page of Wands energy, that Two of Coins energy. Like what do I need to comfort myself and give myself a sense of stability? What passion do I actually want to go for? Maybe there's something in your interest. Maybe you're interested in something you never went for because you thought it's just not worth my time, but then you realize it's giving you back energy, right? Because now you believe in energies or whatever, right? Whatever change it is you're going through, it is fucking pivotal, and it's getting you into a new reality. And then in that reality, it more and more makes you realize what is still from the old paradigm, and that's that Moon card right there. That is clarifying your Two of Swords. So you're realizing some old coping mechanisms and like, why did I always do it like this? I don't need to. Oh, and the light is gone. Ta-da! Fair enough. So that's a good sign for the last card of the reading, which is your advice. Your advice is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So that means, yeah, if you can't get around it, you have to go through it, right? So some emotions are there to be, like emotions generally are there to be experienced and felt. The moment you realize that, you're looking at the emotion, you're already kind of distancing from it, but still acknowledging it, right? And that Queen of Cups in reverse, it says, be careful not to get carried away with this emotionality, because with all this shifts you're going through right now, or like using a different mindset to explore reality, that also means that some things like have to be cried out, right? Like addressing some moon subconscious memory is gonna come with some emotions, right? And then that's okay. That is okay. The Queen of Cups, yeah, well, it can be a person to let go. No, I really feel it's about you having to accept these emotions as part of the process, which is cool because you got very little water energy. You got that Four of Cups you're in right now is like a discontentment, something not sitting right. And maybe that Queen of Cups as an advice is the universe trying to tell you to get more in touch with your emotions, right? Because you're always about the truth and weighing things like the pros and cons or whatever. You're very much in your head about stuff. And the Queen of Cups basically telling you, if you want to be that King of Wands right here and feel like fucking cool and attractive in a literal sense, like the magician kind of law of attraction attractive, right? Then you need to get your Queen of Cups upright and address your feelings, like let them through. So feelings are not bad, you know? They're not you out of control. Well, they kind of are, like you letting loose of the feeling of having to control everything and letting stuff out and flow out of you, like literally, right? And this is going to happen with that moon card, right? You addressing some things you never looked back on, and then realizing there's a lot of emotion tied up to this. If you want this to leave you, you have to deal with that emotion. And that's what this Queen of Cups in reverse is saying right here. It's like, yeah, deal with that emotion. Sit with it. And if you want to cry, cry. You're going to feel better afterwards, right? It doesn't have to mean you're crying for sadness. Like melancholy can be something very sweet. Realizing something about yourself that is so profound that it makes you see yourself in a different light. That is tears of joy, actually, right? That's an epiphany that is rattling you to tears. Let those tears out. Let them flow through you. If you do a breathwork session, let loose, right? Something like this. And I believe that is what the Queen of Cups is saying. Is like, if you want that true passionate King of Wands, you got to go through those emotions with the Queen of Cups right here. It's a beautiful pair, right? And that's what's going to help you get into that magician, really. Get that magician going, really. Seems like you're in a pivotal place right now. It's very beautiful, very fucking beautiful. And like I said, it's like, it's the Fool, like a new beginning. You're still wrapping your head around the gravity of this and whatever. And it's very fucking beautiful. If that resonated with you, drop a comment, like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton. And I need the feedback. And also be aware, you're going to be one of the first of this community that is going to blow up in the future. I'm making shit happen over here on Bali. And I'm going to build my own tarot deck. I'm going to build a brand and an online store and all that stuff. It's going to be very fucking beautiful. Also follow me around Bali on my Instagram channel. And yeah. Thank you, Gemini. See you around.